Hello and welcome. My name is Amulya and you are watching TubeMint. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can download and install Flask 3 and also test the very simple starter application, which is also called Quick Start. So let's get started. The only thing you need to have is Python installed on your system. So I already have Python on my operating system, which is Windows 10. It should work on any operating system if you have Python installed. Okay, so let's get started. I also have pip installed, which comes with Python installation. Okay, the only requirement is you must have Python 3.8 or anything above. Okay, so Flask is a very minimal uh, web application framework that is used in almost every industry, but these days more for the web development application which uses AI or ML app with Python or in Python. So what we need, first of all, it is recommended to create virtual environment to start developing or start learning anything with any Python framework. So be it Django or this Flask. So depending on the operating system, you simply switch over to the tabs, but this is basically Windows. So I'm going to be using command for Windows. However, you can go with your operating system. So we need to create a directory or a folder. So this is universal, be it Linux, Mac, or Windows. So I'm going to call it Flask, uh, Flask, Flask apps, and that's been created. Now I can switch over to Flask in the same folder, and then we need to create a virtual environment in the same folder. So to create a virtual environment, both have a different way to do so. So I'm going to say py. I'm going to copy this. So just copy this. You can pause the video and just type in. So you can also say Python -3 -m. You can just, this is basically a flag to indicate that you want to use Python 3 on your system. So -m and then venv.e.vnv. Hit enter, which is going to create a virtual environment in this particular folder. And whenever then after once it's been created, you simply go ahead and install Flask in this particular virtual environment. But before that, you need to activate the virtual environment, and whenever you are going to create anything in this folder, test it or run the server, you are going to start the virtual environment first and then run the commands, Flask commands. So that's what we are going to do now. Activate the virtual environment. So when script, you simply say when script and active. That's what it is. So it's not script, it's scripts. So it's a plural. Okay, and then simply say activate. And when is not defined. So what we'll do, we will just copy. Maybe I am some mistyping here, and it work. So what script? Oh, I was using a wrong slash. You see. So this is backward slash. Okay, on Windows only. That's not the case on Linux. If you see, look at that. Alrighty, so and then we are going to install the flask. So make sure you've got this when in front of the folder path where you want to install the flask, and then simply say pip. If you want to see what you already have, so you only have pip here. So then okay, and we are going to install it. So let me make sure we are in the center. So pip install flask, so that you can see it. Now it's going to install flask and all the dependency. Install, yes, I meant double L. Okay, and you can see it's going to install so many packages. Okay, now if you go ahead and see pip list, it's going to list all the packages that have been just installed with this command that we ran. That was pip install flask. Okay, so blinker, click, colorama, flask itself, this is a class, and we are going to use the instance of this class. Okay, ginger 2 markup safe pip, and this is the creator of this flask application, which is work zoo. I don't know how to pronounce it. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to open this folder in my Sublime text. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to delete this folder, remove this from this project, open the folder which is on my desktop. This is Flask app, and here I'm simply going to say hello dot py. Okay, that's the application name. You can name whatever you want. Now I'm going to close this terminal, and we'll move over to quick start. You can also click here quick start, and this will take you to the same page. Now, so what's happening here, you can simply see we are basically, this is the package, and this is a class that we are importing from this package. This is basically, we are trying to initialize it and giving it a name which is a app, and here I'm going to give a route which is a slash, which is going to be the root of the application, and creating a simple hello world function that prints or returns hello world. Now to run it, I'm going to start my terminal, inbuilt terminal, and then oops, really sorry. Now let's clear the screen, and we are going to activate the virtual environment again, which is when backward slash on Windows. If you are on Mac or Linux, forward slash scripts backward slash activate. Now I can simply say flask. Okay, so here is the thing that you need to check and have a look. You can run simply flask under sorry hyphen hyphen app, then name of the file, and then run, or you can say python m flask and then command app. So app and then hello, run. And if you'd like to see everything, this is what has happened. Debug mode is off. This is development server, do not use it in production, deployment, etc, etc. Okay, here we go guys. So your flask application is working. You can see this is what we have. This is what the flask, the starter quick start is there. So Flask is set up and running on your operating system, that is Microsoft Windows operating system. And if you have any questions, just leave in the comment and keep practicing by reading the documentation. You should simply go ahead and do a CRUD application with it using SQLite, or you can use MySQL depending on your requirement. Thank you so much for watching. Then you can move on to API application. Thanks again. Bye for now.